Hi folks, it's Coach Kelvin here from the WeRun Virtual Run Club and WeRun Coach for Leeds and surrounding areas, as well as online coaching. In this little video, I'd like to talk to you about recovery runs and just share a few thoughts really, because there is definitely a question that can non-elite runners actually do a recovery run? And the answer is kind of maybe. And I'll put that in some sort of context. An elite runner who's running maybe, let's say kind of around 5 minute pace for a marathon, they can run sort of twice as slow as that and it's still running. Whereas if I go twice as slow as my marathon pace, I'm going to be walking. So should I be doing a recovery walk rather than a recovery run? So let's kind of dive in a little bit. So if I went for a walk, I actually get a very different training stimulus over a run. So last week of training, I did quite a bit of walking with bits of running, and then a couple of days with a bit more running. It's more training load than I've applied for quite a long time. So today I went for a recovery run. And that run was 3 miles, and that run will actually apply some load, but it does have some recovery benefits as well, but maybe not exactly what people think. So this is the way that I used that run this morning. It's not really to recover from the heavier training load of last week and the weekend. It's more of a tester to see what I should do this week. So let's say I plan to do a midweek workout. I can gauge that workout off today's run. And here's an example. So today's run, my legs felt a little bit dead, a little bit sort of heavy. So it was probably, quite a bit of, I'm probably carrying quite a bit of neurological fatigue there. But in terms of actual muscle soreness, my legs felt all right, really. I can feel a tiny little bit in my quads, but I've done quite a lot of descending, so that's quite expected, really. But neurologically, I just felt a little bit flat. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add a few really easy kind of hill strides into my training tomorrow, and just kind of again see how I feel after that. And then the day after that I'll probably do some sort of workout, whether it's a hilly run where I push a little bit on the hills and let it go a little bit on the downs, or whether I actually decide to do something that's a little bit more structured on the flat. But I use the recovery run today more of a gauge of what I'm going to do and how I should execute my workouts this week, rather than something that's trying to sort of recover from my heavy training load last week. So it's more of I almost kind of think of them as tester runs rather than recovery runs. But they definitely serve a purpose. It definitely got some blood flow going today. It definitely told me a lot about how much fatigue I'm carrying in my legs and whether that's muscle damage or whether that's neurological, and that'll help to guide my runs this week. So I hope that makes some sort of sense. And if you have any thoughts or questions, please pop them in the comments below. And for now, happy running!